Let's rock and roll! Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Roxanne, the rock-throwing kitty cat who ramps her own mana value right back by making meteorites that tap for 2 and deal 2 damage when they enter play. And she does this both on entry and on attack. And Roxanne is one of the biggest boogeymen in Standard Brawl, and I'm actually playing her in Standard Brawl. You're gonna notice this deck looks awful small compared to historic Brawl decks because there's only 60 cards total, which means fewer choices to make and fewer strong cards, but the overall power level of this deck is still pretty high. The name of the game with Roxanne is to ramp, to remove your opponent's threats, and to swing in with her, because even if she's removed, you are dealing damage and you are refunding her mana cost so she can do it again. This deck is running a lot of ramp on the couple first turns. It's also protecting itself with things like Hexing Squelcher. It's got a little bit of card advantage to things like Up the Beanstalk and not Formidable Speaker, Outcast Trailblazer, and then it has the big things. Because we're making all of these mana rocks, these meteorites, we're able to cast things like Crater Hoof Behemoth, which ends games, Vaultborn Tyrant, which draws its cards and gains its life, and Overlord of the Boiler Bilges, which we can play early and use to remove threats, or play later, give it haste, and take out our opponents. The haste givers in this deck, some of them are more specific to Roxanne, like the Cactus Folk Sure Shot, that's able to give your big things some haste, and some of them are just more general, like Lava Spur Boots. And of course, what would any deck that has lots of triggers be without our good friend Roaming Throne? Because, well, what's better than making 1 rocks? Making 2 rocks, because Roxanne really does rock. This is a deck that went pretty much undefeated through its run in the queue, so if you're looking for a bit of a powerhouse, Roxanne is here to slay. So let's take her into the queue and start tossing rocks. Ketramos, the New Dawn. We had one of these earlier that left pretty fast. This one's gonna go first. I don't have too much craziness here. I'll still keep this though because I like having the land-based ramp against them. I think it's harder for them to interact with. Oh, artifact or creature card. Goodbye, creature. I'm actually kind of surprised I went for that and not the Chomping Changeling. Okay. We're gonna root out some good lands. I already have double red with this, so I'm not too worried there. Here's Ketramos. A lot of things, by the way, can exile non-land permanents, which is kind of fun for earthbending. But if they exile this, and it's not a permanent exile, I might be able to free it and then get it back full cost. That's kind of my hope. That is why I played that over going for ramp. Lord Skitter will only draw if there are things in my graveyard, so I'm just going to throw a rock at their face, as we do. Number go down. Dimensional Exile. Okay, I guess I could just keep her there since I have Chomping Changeling. And hopefully they don't, I don't know, make me discard again. And that's a permanent removal. Pew pew! Earthbender Ascension. Bend that earth. Grab a land, get the landfall trigger, get another one. Having extra mana there, oh, this is fine. Free her. She buys Dimensional Exiles and played more in Standard. People play what they're gonna play. And we go. They're down to 12. They'll start gaining life soon, once they get a few more cards in exile. Yeah, I think Dimensional Exile, it's a less good... it's a less good ossification. I think the reason it doesn't see that much play is because it is sorcery speed, and it can't hit all threats. It can hit one creature, which is just not impactful enough against things like Badger Mole Cub, Ouroboros, and whatever else people are playing. Who knows? I don't know. Just kind of want to keep throwing rocks. Landfall. Fenrir. Landfall. Enhance dog. Enhance dog. So this exiles from graveyard and turns tokens into the exiled card. Oh, they hit the Ascension. Okay. A death in the family? Damn. Rip.
Finally, a breakthrough.
I'm gonna hit you in the face with another rock. It was the family dog. Wait. That's 3 damage. And that's 3 damage. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah! Get him! Really hoping they don't have a way to put something into exile at instant speed here. Okay, good, good, good. Vibrance! Three at your face. And also, I guess I don't know, search for land. Restoration magic, but they didn't actually have enough to gain life off of it. They only had 1 mana. GG. Then Heart of Hydaelyn. She is one of the Final Fantasy 14 creatures, if I remember right. And I have... Wow, turn 1 ramp. This is awesome. I have a lot of ramp here. Vana is going to draw them cards when they cast legendary spells. And there's a lot of legendary spells in white, not just things like Eris that also have mono-white synergy with your legends, but even more on top of that. I'm going to go for the Shared Roots. Grab a Mountain and a Stomping Ground here. Yeah, you can't use Herd Heirloom for anything other than creature spells, so I couldn't have double spelled with it. May as well avoid taking damage there. I'll just go for Roxanne. She rocks. Yeah, she turns into a crystal mommy. Mother crystal, it says so right there. If you flip her over, you get to destroy stuff and just, like, draw more cards. Yeah, just exile. I'm sorry, she exiles on transformation. Very good. Alright, here's Vana. Into the Ooze! That's legendary! And it's really good graveyard hate. I don't actually have any graveyard stuff. I don't have, like, Ice Till Explorer in my deck. But this will just generate Ooze for them. Nice Ooze. Okay. I'm definitely swinging with Roxanne here. This is not a hoof turn. I could see this being a Herd Heirloom Vibrance turn, though. I like this. So I'm going to play Vibrance. I would like both the triggers. And I'm going to deal 3 to Vana so she cannot block Roxanne. And I'll fetch... Mountain Port. And they're like, you are ramping. You're going to draw a card off Herd Heirloom. I'm out of here. And next turn, poof. Mr. Sandman. Give me a turn 1 Llanowar Elf again. It's 2 games in a row. I'll take it. This is Sandman or Scouring Stormsoul. I would say big green, probably with a lands theme. And I even go first. That's awesome. I don't have, like, anything to really do with the mana, but I'm going to play my Llanowar Elf on turn 1. Why would I not? I can use it to, I don't know, Vibrance. So I will. Green, green. That good, good green stuff. And I will grab I don't have to worry about, I don't have to worry about counter spells from them. No Cavern of Souls. This is good fixing. Green. Oh, a fellow Llanowar elf. I don't think I need to hit it. And yet, I'm going to, because setting up the impending on this just feels good. Sets them back on mana. And I have Roxanne next turn. Make them kiss. Make them kiss! If I had had ramp last turn, going the turn 1 Llanowar elf into turn 2 ramp into turn 3 Roxanne, I'd be killing that and they probably wouldn't be able to recover. I was actually really surprised recently to find out that Heroic Intervention is not in Standard. And that's one of the things that you could use to protect. Chico, Paragon of the Way. It's the dragon that brings things back. And recast them from the graveyard as tokens. I'm actually not sure if my opponent is here, though. So we're going to wait through the first turn and see if they connect. Okay, it looks like they are here and they played a command tower. At least Scraps is here to keep you all entertained. I could go for the turn 1 boots, but I have nothing to haste out, so instead the Scry or Surveil would be good, and I will absolutely take an Anzrag. This is not a rampy hand at all, and that's okay. Oh, they really don't want me countering their commander, and that is fair. I don't know if they're running many counter spells. They are in blue, and I could try to use Vibrance to get, like, Cavern of Souls. Oh, stonks. That's a good card to recast. Stalk Up, by the way, is getting a reprint in Secret of Strixhaven. Which, yippee! For the people who want that. I will pay green. That will draw me a card. Thanks, Up the Beanstalk. And I will get Cavern of Souls. I will play Cavern of Souls, naming Druid. And then play a couple Booch. Soon it will only be a $9 uncommon. Oh boy! The reprint art looks great though, both the Japanese and the regular art. I can Overlord at their face this turn or Anzrag, but I can't haste them. So I think I'd rather just ramp. So I'm going to play Earthbender Ascension. I'm playing this before the land so I can get the landfall trigger on it. Animating Commercial District. Grabbing some more of that good green stuff. Where can you play this game? This is Magic the Gathering Arena. You can find it on your PC. You can download it through Steam or directly through their site. And there's also a mobile version. My understanding is it's very hard to get it to work correctly on Macs. Oh, they're searing my land. Okay, that will get me another Surveil. And another landfall trigger. Neat. I guess I'll drop Ruby. Bye, Ruby. You play Arena every day on a Mac, it's fine. I've heard that has issues with the resizing of windows. But maybe that's been fixed. Alright. Oh, I guess I should have waited. Alright, so Roxanne, we draw off Beans. And it is uncounterable, but there are things to exile the stack. Okay, they are binding her tides. Which will prevent me from getting my rock. That's okay. I'm still gonna swing for 5. Because it's 5 damage to their face. Aggro is as aggro does. Good kitty. Get a counter on Roxanne. This little kitty cat. A very full cost Overlord. See if it lands. I feel like it won't. Yes, this is standard Brawl. Standard Brawl, I think, is in a pretty cool place, but I had a quest today to play 40 lands and do Gruul spells. They were both like the big 750 gold quests, and I was like, you know what? You know what seems like a good time right now? This. Okay. They have chosen to stop the trigger from Beanstalk, but because it's an enchantment, it still keeps its abilities. And now they have 2 3/2s. Oops. Scraps, look, it's a cat just like you. Oh, they took away my text. Mwah. Ooh, are you tapping out? I might be able to put them in a very nasty situation because they tapped out. Now, there's not really free spells in Standard Brawl, which is really nice. Oh, the knowledge that you'll actually have spells resolve. A blessing. Truly a blessing. So I just got to get this thing a little bigger. Boop. Play this so I can give trample. It already has trample. Oh, from Earthbender's Ascension. Ah, of course. Puts them to 2. We draw. Ooh, a spider. Mwah. Oh, somebody's saying that Omnath was stealth unnerfed in Arena? Interesting. Yeah, Omnath has been 5 mana in the digital-only formats for a while. With the exception of Timeless, I think. Because Timeless, I don't think that they rebalance cards. Huh. Yeah, Omnath actually went through 2 different nerfs. The first nerf, they just got rid of the draw card and they made it scry. And then they had made the cost more, and then I think that they changed it back to, and it still draws. Okay. My uncounterable Roxanne. I'd love to just kill them by throwing the rock at their face. Okay. They can airbend it. That's not a counterspell. But that doesn't stop me from playing it again. I can't actually see, by the way. There's still a cat in the way. All right, and then it gets countered. Sure. Okay, but do you have anything to deal with Anzrag? No, they don't. Okay, so I swing in with 11. Even if they block, it doesn't matter. They die. GG, Chico. It's hope. He gains life and mills based on the amount of life gained. When I played this, I did build him as a standard Brawl commander, and you usually don't win off of the mill, but, I mean, blue-white life gain is still pretty fun. You can either go for turn 2 ramp or turn 2 beans. I do really like beans. I'm gonna play beans. More card draw. Yeah, up the Beanstalk, Vaultborn. These are so nice for this deck. They have not played anything that... Yeah, they just haven't played anything. Here, have a spider. This is Spider Manifestation. Leyline Weaver. Was Beans one of the little rascals? You know, probably. Let's throw a rock at something. And draw a card and untap. This will come back, but it won't be able to block, and it won't gain them life. Whee! A judgment. Okay, there go my critters. Board wipes are very good against us, even though we're doing some refunding, because we're using mana dorks. Very tender. See if they have another board wipe. Because I just got 3 more little guys out. 2 possums and an elf. No, it's hope. They draw a card. And they mill for 0. Great. try a Vaultborn Tyrant. I feel like it's gonna get countered, but at least I get the card draw here. Okay, no more lies. I can pay 2, but not 3. Ooh, land. You know what? I'm getting rid of your Enduring Innocence. That's right, this cute little thing just ate your innocence. Like so many monsters do. Is this a happy cat deck? She is such a happy cat. She just loves throwing rocks at people. There are a few women in Magic that love throwing rocks more than this. And now listen, I don't know what Togo's like whole deal is, but Togo's probably the only one that's happier. All right, they brought back Enduring Innocence and a couple rabbits. Did that not draw because they all entered at the same time? Oh, because it happens in order, so it didn't see the rabbits enter. Roxanne! Oh, it's indestructible, followed by a rock. They go up the beans. The sustain on that's so good. Gain 2 life. Ugin! Yeah, this is another card that's going to be pretty good against us. But you know what? I'm gonna double up some triggers, see where we go. Ooh, add triple colorless. For Elixir. Elixir will let them recast from graveyard? No, reshuffle. Interesting. I need one of my haste enablers. Big haste, big trample. Okay. Roaming Throne. I will name a Druid. Boop. 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 Stop trying to not tap those. I can either go for face or I can go for Ugin. Because the Ugin doesn't die here, I'm going for face. And I'm gonna consider this. Wind Crystal doubles up their life gain, reduces the cost of their white spells. Before they cast anything, I'm destroying it. Yeah, so they're definitely less of life gain and more of, like, control to set up for one big life gain turn to hopefully mill. Because, like, with Elixir, there's the possibility for it. Oh, looks like somebody's brought back Day of Judgment. Looks like somebody, me, is gonna throw rocks at somebody. You. Alright, so everything's gonna die. So we may as well get silly with it. More lands. In my deck. Shuffle my cards. Boop. Boop.
Do not bring chaos here. You fight without.
Surprised you don't see white Auracite more. It's quite a sight. He lives. Oh my god, Day of Judgment. Ah! It's like it's the card we knew they would have. Yeah, in Standard Brawl, I think you have much better like chances of milling somebody than in Historic Brawl. Hello, yes, time for beans. This is also a Druid if you have Roaming Throne out. And are they just not worried about World Wagon? I assume they have removal. Oh, nice boots! With the spurs! Vegemite. It's not actually good to do it on the everywhere, but it does give me a better way to kill Ugin. There is an instant speed board wipe, but they don't have the mana for it right now. More damage or more rocks? You know what? More rocks. I changed my mind. Because it's not lethal. Keep thinning my deck. Sure. Settle the Wreckage is not in standard. Aetherize is, but I just need the attack triggers for these guys. And they board wipe. Oh, Spectacular Pileup. That also gets rid of this. Ow! At least I still have beans. If I sneeze, it'll magically get added to foundations. Yup! Hey, that removed Indestructible! Yay! Also die! Just keep thinning my deck. This will give Roxanne haste. I'll take it. I have so many of these. If they Ultima, these are all gone, though. Okay, give it Ward 3. Season of Weaving. Alright, so there goes all my cool rocks. Okay. Do I have lethal off? Wait. Non-land, non-token? It didn't bounce those? Alright, never mind. We're good. I probably should have beansed first. Out of my way. No blocking allowed. But I think I just have lethal. Because I have so much mana. You know what? Here. I'll just make sure. Just get... Alright, so that'll be 5. Because you will give haste. Tap. 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 Burst lightning as much as we can. Right at the face. Sure, why not? Makes me feel better about myself. That's the last one. Great. Go to combat. You get bigger. We swing in. That's 2 more damage. And it's lethal even without the rock. Okay, nice. Boy, does it bounce tokens? Look at that. Elspeth, Storm Slayer. This is a tricky card to contend with because it's got removal. It goes wide. It doubles all your tokens. It makes the tokens. It can make them big, make them fly. Really? She's doing kind of everything you would want. And you can either build around those tokens and the doubling of them, or you can build it as more of a control deck. I think the control version would do better against this deck that I'm playing. Ooh, do I want to ramp? Do I want to go for value and haste? I'm going to go for value. This is also haste for Roxanne. Ah, it's Elspeth Hairs. All right. We'll badger them. Get a hasty cub. I don't need the cub mana, so I'll actually swing in with both here. Yeah, I guess she's being the mother of bunnies. So there's definitely more on the aggro side of things. Harvest rate, oh my god. So far they've only played one Heir Apparent, and you want to have tons of these, but this is very much like, this is card draw for rabbits. You play one Heir Apparent, and it gets you the bits. All right, let's rock and roll. Here comes Roxanne. She has haste, so let's start blasting these buns. And that fully refunds the mana cost there. And I'm gonna also draw a card using the heirloom. Boop. Saying poor bunny, poor little bunny. Move my commander to the command zone. Yup. Draw a card. Yup. Okay, Dusk Rose Reliquary. They had to give up a bunny for that. I think this person just did not ever hit their stride, and we did. Sorry, Elspeth and her many buns. Kellen, Inquisitive Prodigy, will be playing additional lands and then smashing artifacts. Kellen is usually ramp into big stuff and is able to do so usually more than a Roxanne deck can, especially because he smashes artifacts every time you tax in. I'm still gonna keep this though. I have a little reachy, and yeah, they go first, which means they'll have more lands than me, but we'll go. Ooh, a burst of lightning. Here's a Wandertail Mentor. Yeah, there's like a big coma. You have River's Rebuke. I'm trying to think of like the cards that Kellen is most likely to be ramping into. But I do feel it's Kellen ramp. I want to, I think, double ramp this turn. Arcane Signet. To Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Gets a +1/+1 counter. Now I have some enchantment-based ramp too. Yippee. Yeah, he's a cop that's destroying evidence. I genuinely do not know why he destroys artifacts. He's turn 2 ramp. Like, we're both ramp decks here. Alright, Brynhilda. I hit a land. I did not. I hit a world wagon, though. Be swagging with that wagon. I can hit for 4. Or I could make it so they have 1 less mana next turn. I'm gonna hit for 4. Yeah, he just hates his dad. Ooh, up to beans. I'm also running up to beans. Next turn I'll have haste, which is what I want. Want more triggers, more fun. Open up that temple. Okay, going into ooh, but Andrag. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dang, not getting the land means I'm short of doing some like double nasties here. I'll still do some significant nasties. Let's see if this gets countered. They have 2 blue. Doesn't look like it. Which, haha, yay. I will crew up. And again, I don't know what they're ramping into. I think the things that will hurt me pretty badly here are like River's Rebuke, since the only thing I would keep are my lands. Thankfully, I did do a little bit of land-based ramp. Also, thankfully, I'm pretty good at dealing direct damage. Yeah, is there like an Emrakul in Foundations? There's Bahamut. Bahamut's a big colorless spell. Not in Foundations, from Final Fantasy. Let's see, we had Bahamut. Coma. Sire of the Seven Deaths. Okay, triple the mana, triple the fun. But only for your basic land, so that means they still have 6. Is that it? I'm like trying to think, do we have Aether Eyes? Do we? I don't know. Roaming Throne, help me out here. Tell you what this does do, it bites. Get rid of your Virtue before I tack in. And they did have Aetherized mana. I feel like that would be the biggest blowout. So I'll destroy the Virtue before I swing in, deal my damage, get my triggers, and win. Was Aetherized in Foundations? Hold up! Let me freaking check! It was gonna be a doppelgang that crashes the game, probably. Yeah. Aether Eyes is in Foundations! See? See? It's in Foundations! Ugin, Eye of the Storms. He's gonna ramp, he's gonna ramp, he's gonna ramp, and then he's gonna exile my stuff. What can I do about it? A whole lot of nothing. I'll try to ramp too. And I actually have one way to destroy some of their ramp and maybe tax their removal. Unlike in Historic Brawl, this Ugin's a lot slower here. There are not that many choices for colorless cards in Standard Brawl. I'm ramping. More ramp means the faster I can get to like Boiler Bilges and Roxanne and start just dealing direct damage to them. Unfortunately, he gains a lot of life and he exiles a lot of stuff if he ever comes out, which is why if they play a Mana Rock here, an Iron Crag, it's gone. By the way, they can't use some Mana Rocks like Arcane Signet because there's no color in their commander's identity. Eat it, nerd. Do I feel like bilging here? Yeah. So anyway, I start bilging. This unfortunately has impending 4, so I gotta wait a long time, but I will just take the setup turn. Roxanne next turn. Or potentially double spell with these guys. Depends on what they play. Where's your ramp? A Patchwork Banner. Naming constructs? Golems? What's your favorite? Alien? Alien? Okay, wait, what is Poo-Poo UFO's creature type? Yeah, Poo-Poo UFO. Because that's colorless ramp. It's a construct? Wait. No, it's a construct alien. Okay. I was thinking, like, why would you name that? But if they had Poo-Poo UFO, I think they would have played it on turn 2. Blitzball! I'm gonna start throwing rocks at you. Whee! Bonk. The rocks have been thrown! It's also just near the top of the scroll down. That's true. They're at 6 mana. A Gilded Lotus. They will be able to play Ugin and probably another spell next turn. Oh, look, a blocker! Isn't that sweet? Give myself trample. Give myself more damage. Go to combat. There is no blocker. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah, I think that's just enough. Yeah, I was like just double checking. Like, I don't need to burst lightning. I just win. Nia's Skysail Storyteller. That's Gwen, right? Ghost Spider. I have a way to kill her with fire magic. But this is a pretty slow hand, and with going first, I think I'd rather have something more like early and aggressive or ramping. I'll take this instead. Okay, turn 1, Kellen, go. I showed you my boy. Please respond. Oh, a mountain. That's not Kellen. I was like, then they'll also play Kellen. No, they played Stadium Headliner. And I'll swing in with Kellen. Oh, he's killing it. He's killing it. Have a Brunhilde. Puts a card in exile. I probably can't play it. Nope. That's a forest. They could attack in and sacrifice. Okay, no. They're going to just blast Brunhilde so the land is gone. They're going to kill Kellen as well. Sure, I'll take these 1-for-1s. By the way, she's actually a lot like Brunhilde, where it's just I exile a card and I get it. Cool. And I'll pay 1 life, because I want this to come in untapped. Greed. It's good. Here's Nia. Put a land. Okay, so they were able to play it right away. Oh, pew. I'm gonna throw a rock at her. Boom. A rock. Actually, I might want to hit this since they're not able to transform her next turn. They can either transform her in place or cast her for her backside. Come on, Roxanne, get lost. That's fair. She is killed. I get 2 maps, but I will be able to replay her next turn because Roxanne's design was very, very much annoying for Commander. Like, it's so annoying. Roxanne, again. She didn't get countered. I'll throw a rock at the headliner. Roxanne's a mistake. As Commander, yeah. It's so funny because, like, Meteorite is a 5-mana uncommon, and she makes them for free on enter or attack. She costs 5 mana. Wild. Mikey and Leo, Chaos, and Order. Put a +1/+1 counter on a thing to draw a card. And you can do that once on your turn, once on your opponent's turn. This is a hand that's going to start slow, but has the potential to become explosive. I'm just going to crack this open right now, get myself a green source. Whee! Sky Knight Squire. If they play a creature, it gets a counter and will immediately draw them a card. I guess I could fire magic it. Yeah, I think that's a worthwhile 1-for-1. Next turn, Badgermole Cub into Wandertail Mentor. Or just Earthbender Ascension. Or maybe, if I get a red source, I start blasting. Yeah, I'm down to take out their threats. I feel they're a more aggressive deck than me. And these threats that grow are the ones that I'm going to have the most trouble with, because I am in Brawl. Yeah, standard Brawl, I would say that Roxanne is one of the decks to beat. Which, hey, that works out. I mean, I just kind of had the fun excuse to play her, and I'll take it. Alright, Badgermole Cub. Animate one of them. And now I could go for this, or I could go for that, I could go for these. I'm gonna go for the Earthbender Ascension. Try to animate another land. Get another land. Perfect. These cat commanders are always cracked. Meow. Is Anna Pakal still in this format? Yes, she is. I would say she's one of the stronger, just like hit you in the face commanders. But again, she has to contest with Roxanne. Which, Roxanne, good. Requisition raid. They smash, they get counters, they draw a card, they get another counter. Seam Rip on the Badger Mole, so I'm not using it to ramp, because otherwise I have even more mana next turn. They made these too big for me to rock. I kind of like just full cost Overlord. It's either that or I Roxanne and then finish it off with the Burst Lightning. You know what? I'm going to do that. Roxanne, take this. I want to hit the Scourge, even though, like, this is drawing them cards. This is the growing threat. This is the thing that is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think I made the right choice because that got them to concede. Lumra, Bellow of the Woods. They'll be doing some mono green self-mill to bring back some lands. Now, there's not that many fetches in Standard, but there are Fabled Passage and things like that. So there are ways for them to put things into the graveyard so they can bring them back out. Loads and loads of lands. But unlike Historic Brawl Lumra, this one's more like just value. It's not looking to just go crazy and loop things. It's just good green cards that's hard to deal with. Like, I can tell you, in my deck, I cannot kill. Well, you have double graveyard hate. Probably smart, honestly. I could ramp, or I could Ansrag. Ansrag is a good mole god. It is the holy moly. Nice. This gives them landfall, make a 3/4. I do not have the things that give indestructible to Ansrag in this deck. Gonna bop the Paleontologist. And it costs 2 for the indestructible there. Am I willing to just trade that into the Scoos? Now, I was also considering chomping, but, like, really, I feel like this is going to be a build-up to hoof kind of game. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8 mana next turn, even. That's enough for it. And with the buff and the way the Ansrag works, it would force them to put everything on Ansrag, and I would still get another combat, I think. Or do I need to wait one more turn? All right, let's see. Hoof would give +4/+4. I get the on attack. This also untaps, so I can use it to pay the cost. It's a minimum of 24 damage plus this, but they have a good amount of toughness. I think we're fine. Hoof, this untaps. And I believe they are forced to block Ansrag. Like, I'm trying to think if there is a way that they could just block everybody but Ansrag. And it's like, maybe they can, but does it leave them in a good spot? It does not leave them in a good spot. So by not blocking Ansrag, they don't die this turn, but they don't, you know, I have this. Yeah, and now Lumra's like, let's see how many forests I mill. It's 3 lands. Nice, that's 3 more critters. I gotta get rid of that thing. All right, let's see. Chompy? Stop giving them stuff. Coburn. Card draw, please. Thank you. The 2 from the hits there is not enough. Aw, Chocobo. This gives trample. Once I get it high enough. Making the little Chocobo bigger. More lands. So many lands. They're destroying this. This will get me a landfall. Get them a landfall. Boop. And they are going to get another +1/+1 counter and trample. Ignore the Lumra. Take 14. 2 can play at that game. Yeah, I also have Earthbender Ascension. Trying to decide if I start with that or Trailblazer. I start with Trailblazer. This gets me the draw off Tyrant. Ooh. Such bilges ever boiled. We gain, we draw. And now if I attack in here, they have to block really everything but that. If I direct the damage at their face, there will be a second combat. Can they kill that? Yes. While also blocking that? Yes. They can't kill everything that's attacking in, but I can't leave myself fully vulnerable. And they can kill enough of it. Yeah. Leave it back. Oh, Heritage Reclamation. It has been wrecked. Yeah, I was hoping like, oh, next turn I have that. Okay. We know they have landfall. And the landfall can give trample. That's just me preventing damage. Alright, 3, 6, 9. I kind of want you dead anyway. Let's put everything there. Ooh, 3 landfalls. It's fine. We'll see how much damage it goes through. And I could prevent, I guess, technically up to 6 more. Had we gone for that? I think this might be lethal. If they put 1 trample on the one that's blocked by the Chomping Changeling, the one on Lumra, it doesn't matter for the other ones, because if damage is going through, damage is going through. Yeah, them getting 1 land is what I was kind of banking on. Not great. Which means that they're able to give all of these trample and win the game. Nice. GG, Lumra. Anna Pakal, 1000th Moon. One of the best aggro cards printed like ever. I have some ramp here. I have a big finisher. And I have whatever you want to call Ansrag. A problem? I like a problem. Command tower. A bat. I'm being informed that there was a earthquake? There was? I should probably have some removal. Like in Massachusetts? Oh, in Ottawa. Yeah, I probably just couldn't feel it from where we are. I'll play Wondertail Mentor. Try to get this Overlord out next turn. The safer way to ramp is using Shared Roots, but I want to have blockers because Anna Pakal is vicious. No, I couldn't feel it. Then again, I have also had earthquakes in Boston before where I haven't been able to feel it because we have very, like, small earthquakes here. Everything else can die to Roxanne, but Anna Pakal takes a whole overlord. Yeah, Ottawa is not that close to me. Here, Earth's jiggling too much. There's some more card draw. I shouldn't say more. There's some card draw. See, did I get a land? I didn't, but I did get a pseudo board wipe. This is kind of nice. I think I just go for this. And 2 damage to each creature. Kaboom. Kablamo. Kaslammo. That comes back. It will draw them cards, but now they don't have any creatures to attack with for Anna Pakal. I can no longer cast things on their turn. They draw a card. Ooh, an Evangelist. This is the one with Battle Cry and also Battle Cry. It can be both. I throw a rock at you, Sanguine Evangelist. This means they get another bat, but it means they're not doing as much damage to me. Ooh, it does draw them a card. Ooh, this is almost a creature. Nice. They can easily attack with the bats here. They get another little guy. I'll probably want to chomp that if I don't have lethal. Which... Like with this, because I only have one attacker. I don't think it is. Chomping Changeling. Let me hit the Enduring Innocence. It's a return to innocence. Innocence obliterated. I will Abrade Anna Pakal. Make my Wandertail Mentor grow. Oh, they're protecting her. Indestructible. A little bit more ramp. And I can attack in here, but I would just be trading with Voice of Victory. I think I'll just stay back. Because they could double block. I guess it'd be damage at face, but right now I'm set up for Hoof Lethal next turn. So they would need to do something big to stop me. I'm wide. I have a ton of mana. You'd have to put so many counters on this. Okay, who do you take out? Roxanne? Or Overlord? Yeah, this one deals 2 damage. This one does 4 damage. A shocking sharpshooter. As these creatures enter, they will deal damage to me. This is like not Donatello, Raphael, except it has reach. I'll block. And then I'll turn around and win the game. Here we go. Hoof. Hit them with a good game. Swing in. Faces the place. Crater Hoof Behemoth. It's a good finisher. I like that it's just it's a card that can end things. A lot of these games are pretty fast. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars, and thank you, Roxanne, for being an absolute monster. Seriously. I lost, like, the game against Lumra that I think I probably could have won if I was better at math and had patience. And it's one of those things where it's like, man, this card's silly. Very, very silly. And I feel like in historic Brawl, which is the regular Brawl queue, she gets kept in check a lot more by counterspells. There are few counterspell dominant strategies in here because there's few free or discounted counterspells. It's a lot harder to deal with her. It's a lot harder to deal with the ramp and her at the same time. So Roxanne really does stand out in the standard Brawl queue as an absolute monster. Seriously. This is a deck that if you are looking to just, I don't know, get some quick wins, you saw how fast the games went, because if they can't deal with Roxanne and they know they won't be able to, then she just goes. And because she's able to build up these meteorites, she survives board wipes. She survives a lot of things. And in general, she is just tough to deal with. I think that if they ever add bans to this queue, and right now the only things banned are like pithing needle effects, Roxanne is the kind of card that is so lopsided in the current power level that she'd be good to remove. But since she rotates relatively soon, about a year from now, yeah, I say relatively soon because it's, well, they barely rotate things. And I don't actually think they'll do anything. I feel like Wizards of the Coast does not actually manage their queues well at all, which is a shame. Because Standard Brawl is actually a pretty good format. If you are looking to play Brawl and you're like, I hate that everything is always control all the time, try Standard Brawl. The power level is lower, but it's still actually pretty good. There are so many cards in Standard right now, and the power level of those cards is pretty high, so there's a lot more games of like, hey, I play a beater. Hey, I also play a beater. Can you remove it? No, because there's not that many spells that are removal that can take things out, and people are running outside of maybe black and white. You saw what the Ketchermos decks have. That's the options that they've got. It's a good format. I would love it if Wizards of the Coast paid attention to it, because with all the Universes Beyond things that they have been pushing, this is the best possible format to showcase your favorite guy. If you want to build a random kind of subpar legend from a Universes Beyond set, play it here, because you will occasionally match into the Roxannes of the queue, but you'll also match into the stuff I matched into, which is to say random other stuff and people playing their funny little guy, which is great. Sorry for stomping all over your plans, but I had a quest to play Gruul spells and play lands, and this honestly satisfied that very quickly. If you're looking for the deck list, you can find it in the description of the video. And if you'd like to suggest a commander from the upcoming Secrets of Strixhaven set, please do. I do read those comments. And if you are wondering, hey, Amy, have you played with some Secrets of Strixhaven? I have. The most recent episode of Shuffle Up and Play features me, Headology MTG, and Jesse, all playing Secrets of Strixhaven sealed together. So that's a really fun episode. You should go check it out. That's on Tolarian Community College's channel. And if you are watching my stream, you may have missed this, but the early access streamer event is on the 15th. That's tax day for you Americans out there. So if you see this ahead of time, go check it out. And if you don't see it because I upload this after, sorry. I try to spread the videos out so I can take days off. Thank you all so much for watching and have a brawlful day.